Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl V, and welcome to another episode of Mindful Unfoldings. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl V, and welcome to another episode of Mindful Unfoldings. Happy New Year! We're in 2025. We are recording for the first time of the year, and I'm so excited for today's episode. But before we get started, Happy New Year, Happy New Season. I don't know what else to say, but I'm so excited to be back. It feels weird being here because I haven't been here in like a month. But before we get into yapping, we'll have our own yap episode. I want to get started with today's episode. Today, we have a gorgeous, gorgeous girl, a familiar face. We are so lucky and blessed to actually have you as our first guest. We were caught by surprise, quite literally, but we're also so excited. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are, but I know they know who you are already. But you can get going. You can get hi. Sorry, hi.
She's so cute. She's so cute. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Tessa Twala. I am an actress, presenter, model, and entrepreneur. And yeah, I'm just a loud, bubbly girl, really. That's who I am in like real life.
Actually, I wouldn't have even said you're bubbly. You look very shy from your pictures. You look very reserved.
Good.
So when I saw you, I was like, okay, she's bubbly. She has a personality. Tell us a little bit more about Tessa. So where do you come from? How old are you, if you mind sharing? When's your birthday? All of those stuff.
I was born in Swaziland, but I grew up majority of my life in South Africa.
Twins, Swati.
Twinning. That's why we're so pretty. it's. I always tell them it's in the milk that we drink. It's in the milk there.
Yeah.
I was born in Swaziland. I have a very huge South African side of my family. So my mom was just kind of like, if I want a certain type of life for my child, I don't think I can do this in Swaziland.
True.
So then she came to the family this side, started working. You know, we stay with Coco while our moms get it together.
Yeah.
And then, when I was still very young, she came, she got me. Stayed in Joburg for a short period, but then ended up in Cape Town from probably like 11, 12 to like 2021. Yeah.
Okay. And then Tessa, the actress, how did that happen? Did you always want to be an actress, or was it something?
I didn't get pushed into this by a friend of mine, but when I was in high school and I was younger, I used to do a lot of modeling.
Okay.
So when I went corporate, I was working in a bank, and then when I was at the bank, one of my clients really liked the way I did things. So then I went to go work for his company. I was in corporate. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. He had a business partner where him and I just clashed in just not in a good way.
Yeah.
To the point that I think I spent like a couple of months working in our office in Durban. Not Durban, but Richards Bay, to try and ease the tension. But then I was just like very unhappy. And then my friend was just like, she's in the industry. So she's like, why don't you just go back to modeling while you look for a new job, so you can keep your income coming in.
Yeah.
So she introduced me to her agent, and the agent then sent me to an audition. But then this person gives me a script. I'm like, I'm expecting to go there, tank top, jeans, and heels, and you stand, you take a picture. Hi, my name is Banzban. Here's my commercial. Get me this commercial or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was for like a show called Zabalaza. It was like for a show. And I was like, guys, I just talk a lot. I don't think I can translate and do this.
Yeah.
Like, just try.
Yeah.
And I tried.
Yeah.
And they liked me, and they're like, okay, let's see what we can do with this. And yeah.
And then how has that journey been to being an actress?
This is a very hard but beautiful and fulfilling industry to be in, because there's a lot of rejection in this world. If there's one thing you're going to get is no. A lot.
Yeah.
And I always as I've grown up now, as I've been in the industry for longer, I've just gotten to the point where if I don't get this job, it's because somebody else came and showed them more of their character that they've written than they saw in me. So it's not that it's me. It's just that what they've written, somebody else was just able to portray that in a better way than you.
Yeah.
And then you go and go to another audition, then you get that job, and then it's just like the other people who are at home who also auditioned. It's just like you portrayed that character.
Yeah.
You gave them an energy that they were looking for
Yeah.
that. So I think that will always help you, that you are perfect, you are great. It's just that specific role is just not for you.
Yeah.
And when your role comes, you will feel it, the audience will feel it, everyone in the set will feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what has been like the most challenging thing within the space that you're in as an actress? Because it's a very competitive field as well.
It's the no's. The no's are very challenging because at the end of the month, you've got bills to pay, you've got things to do, and sometimes you can have no's for 6 months.
Straight.
You can have no's for 6 months, and then you can have a yes
Yeah.
that sorts out a year and a half. It's so different. It's just so different. That's why it's always that thing of the it girl, the it guy, the season. Yeah.
Sure. So then I noticed that you have a passion for fitness and wellness.
Yeah.
So then when did that then tie in? Was it because of maybe there was a quiet time and then you were like, okay, I'm going to venture into something else? Take us through then that transition.
I think I've always been a gym girly. Like, I was sports at school, and then when I ended school, probably got my first gym membership at like 18.
Yeah.
So I've always, even during the acting and everything, I've always been a gym girly. But yes, I was just like, my life is a little quiet, and I'm like, I'm really into this.
Yeah.
I'm really, really into this. So why don't I just talk to the people who are here on my page who are interested in this little old girl,
Yeah.
and just talk to them about the things that I'm interested in and the things that
Yeah.
I really like and the things that make me feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those things then are being in the gym. So your fitness journey. What else? What makes Tessa outside of acting, outside of what people typically know you for?
I'm a big reader.
Really?
I think I've definitely finished like 3 books already.
We just got into the
I
year.
know. I'm not really watching any TV. Really? I'm not
3
currently.
books.
Girl.
Which books are these? Share.
Well, it's just random. Just don't even remember the names. Just random books, and like the things I like just vary. Like I know I've read a book about assassins and stuff. The last book I read was. It was a guy who was a stalker, and then when he'd kill the people, he'd like turn them into like dolls, live dolls,
Yeah.
and then like leave them at train stations for people to find. So
Yeah.
it was a whole like thriller, police chase, what. And now I'm reading like a love story. Yeah, about a lady who is a fairy and her husband is a wolf.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
most random thing. I'm just like, oh, this cover looks cute.
Yes.
And I read the back, I'm like, oh, this is a
Yes.
cute little synopsis.
Yeah.
So and it's not, sometimes the books will be 300 pages, sometimes it'll be 500 pages. It just all depends.
So you're a big reader, but 3 books. It's
I'm-
what? Day 24.
My history teacher had to go to librarian during exam seasons and say, cut her off. Just cut off. No books for her. It's exam season. She is not allowed to check out any books.
That is so interesting. I'm trying to figure out in 24 days, how did you get through 3 books?
I'm just not really, obviously the year hasn't really kicked in for everybody work-wise.
True,
so I
true.
do have like a lot of like leisure time.
Yeah.
And yeah, the time I'd maybe spend on TikTok or read or watching TV
Yeah.
or whatever, I'm just filling that space up with reading. It's just
okay.
what I feel like. And then there'll be times where I won't read for months.
Yeah.
It's just currently what I'm feeling like.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I want to get myself a little bit more out of my phone. I want to get myself off TV a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think when my brain is reading and has to conjure up all these scenarios,
Yeah.
what do I think from the descriptions? What does this look like? What do these characters look like?
Yeah.
I think it helps my mind just run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take it back a bit. Let's get a little personal. You are a personality.
Yes.
So how do you find making relationships, more specifically friendships, within the space that you're in? Because, for example, with me, with the platform that I have and the growth sometimes that we experience and the exposure, there are certain individuals that would want to be around you to use you. Now you have a bigger platform, your people recognize you. So how do you find making friends outside of, oh my gosh, this is Tessa Twala?
I've got 10 friends. 10. 10. 1, 2, 10.
Yeah.
All of those friends, the friends that I had that are in the industry. And when I say, guys, don't be afraid to call somebody your acquaintance. Don't be afraid to call somebody your colleague. Don't be afraid to call somebody your industry friend and all this. We're talking about friends. Like
Yeah.
when you're broke.
Yeah.
When your life is falling apart.
Yeah.
The ones that you know you can fall back on.
Yeah.
By 10.
Yeah.
The only ones who are in the industry are maybe like 2.
Really?
One of them, we met at work at Zabalaza.
Okay.
And I met her, I was like, I like you, we're gonna be friends. And she's like, oh, whatever. Guess what? We're friends.
Yeah.
And the other one is, we saw each other, we were out. I think it was I moved to Joburg 2011,
Okay.
end of 2011. I think I was here in 1 month and a half, nyana. We had somebody in common. So we also we saw each other and like, oh, we have somebody in common. And the energy, her and another friend of mine, the energy that Bali and Sharon we had on that day, 13 years later, 2011 minus 2015,
Yeah.
I mean, to 2025, yo, time is time, hey?
Time has moved.
Time is time. So
Tremendously
that's
fast.
how long the friendship has been.
Yeah.
Even before I was in the industry, we met. My other friends, we know each other from Cape Town. And yeah.
Is that like a way of protecting your space? Just limit. Are you even open to friendships?
I'm always open to friendships and always open to new people. But I also know that I'm not a person, I know I don't do well with friendships that need a lot of work. Like if we have to speak every single day. And I'm not saying that I don't have friendships where there's times where we speak all the time, but like with my best friend, me and her cannot speak for a month. She stays in Senegal, married, kids. She's building a farmstead. Her and I could not like speak on the phone for a month. We'll text, send each other cute videos, whatever. But every single time we're together, it's like not even a second has passed.
Yeah.
I know even if I don't speak to this girl for months, if I can call her and be like, I need your help, I need this, whatever, she will do everything in her heart and in her will to help me.
Yeah.
So, and also what I realize a lot of us, especially a lot of me as a person, I'll say me, is I'm such a giver. I used to be a people pleaser when I was younger, so I would go over and above and beyond for people who shouldn't have gotten that from me.
Yeah.
So I've just learned to have a lot of boundaries. I can be very quick with a no.
Yeah.
And it's hard to sustain friendships with people who aren't there for you if you then become a no person instead of a yes person.
Yeah.
And also I just decided I'm not going to be the one to text and I'm not going to be the one to call, and let's see
Where that goes.
There's people I haven't spoken to in 2 years. People you haven't spoken to in a while. It's always, oh, hi, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
And it's just always that I decided to stop putting the effort. And then some people will then, babe, how are you? We haven't spoken in a while. And then I'll also be like, yeah, I just felt that I was putting in maybe a little bit more work in this. And I didn't want to then resent you.
Yeah.
Because of how much effort I put in and how I do things, because that's maybe not how you do things or how you were raised.
Yeah.
Because something that's also helped me in life, we are not all raised in the same house. We don't think the same, we don't act the same. And if you always remember that, whether in a good or bad situation, I think it will help you be able to take a step back and just see it in a bit of a different way than you would see something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is...
I like the fact that you mentioned the people pleaser thing. I'm a recovering people pleaser. How has that affected your journey growing up into being this confident young Black woman? Because I found it very hard to say no.
Yeah,
for a
it's very hard to say
time.
no, because the more you say no, then it's just... You can go a whole week and not get a text from nobody asking you if you're okay.
It gets a bit lonely when you have boundaries.
It gets lonely, yes.
So that how did that, from being a people pleaser to being confident in being able to say no, How was that transition, considering the fact that you also are a public figure? You know, there's some times where you just really have to say no, but also it's like, oh my gosh, I hate that I say no.
Yeah.
How did you find that balance? Because now you're confident, you have your boundaries, you're like, okay, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do this. Walk us through that transition for maybe someone who wants to be in your space but don't have boundaries?
Like I'm a God girl, but I'm not like I haven't studied the Bible, and I'm not a Bible like scripture this, scripture that, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do know that my train of thought has just slipped my mind, because I definitely know that's what. Question, please edit this out. Sorry, baby. Question, how did I grow from being a people pleaser?
Yes, to being the person that you are now. Confident, boundaries.
God will put you in the uncomfortable so that you can forever live in the comfortable. He will take you out of a comfortable space. I've got friends, I've got this, I've got that. And then you're like, I don't feel like what I'm getting from them fills my cup the way I fill their cup. And then he will take them, and then you'll ask God, please help me. Then in 2 weeks, anabangan. It's just you by yourself. You're like, God, why did you do it so fast?
Yeah.
Why did you? I asked you to remove people who weren't for me from my life, but why? Now everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Now you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You don't get this feeling.
Yeah.
Then you sit in your uncomfort. You sit in your loneliness, which forces you to do what? To think. Forces you to what? Introspect and be like, okay, in this scenario, I was also wrong because I just gave them so much. And people are human.
Yeah.
If you just keep giving and giving somebody, it's human nature just to keep taking and taking and taking. So
yeah.
they maybe didn't even realize that was just what was happening.
Yeah.
Because it's human nature. Who wouldn't want to be able to sit and have everything just come to them? I would definitely.
I also wouldn't mind.
I would
Give it to
would
me.
love that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's human nature.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how you navigate your way out of that, and to also just be like, okay, I'm in my loneliness, I'm by myself, and your people will come back to you, or hell, you can find a best friend when you're 40. Who knows? Who knows? God's timing is always better than ours.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. So how do you then promote positivity, especially among young Black women? So let's say from the age of like 18, that's a fair age, to 30. How do you then promote the body positivity via social media? What's your stance when it comes to that aspect of life? Because we live in an age where women expose themselves. Look, we all have a choice, your body, your rules, but there's certain things that I feel like shouldn't be shared on social media. So for someone who promotes body activity, who's into working out, who's into feeling good about themselves physically, how do you use your platform to reach those kind of people who are struggling, for example, with stuff like that?
Something I'll always tell people, and you can also go on my page and see it, but I've also decided that I'm not going to start a conversation with it every time in regards to this conversation. Yeah. But I told everybody, I got a doctor, I got a BBL. I have a white grandfather. I was a rectangle. I was a 14-year-old boy there with my body.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl, it doesn't look like you did.
Yeah.
It looks so natural. I'm waiting for you to say psych.
So, no. So I got even the way I got the BBL is I was busy ranting on social media about why the girls are gatekeeping their doctors.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the girls are getting BBLs, are getting botched, but some of y'all are looking so fly. Stop gatekeeping. Open up a Finsta, and tell us. You know?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell us it's you. So that got a lot. I took a nap, woke up, and there was like 600 DMs. I was like, I don't know. Did I release a nude? What's going on?
Yeah.
And it was just people that were so interested. And with that, I then got a lot of girls giving me their doctors' numbers, and then I started tagging the doctors, and some of them started getting blown up on their socials, blown up on their calls, blown up on their emails, and they were all kind of like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And then one of them reached out to me and they're like, what's going on? Can I have a meeting with you?
Yeah.
And we had a meeting, and he's like, oh my gosh, would you be interested in a skinny BBL? Because I was very small.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, of course. Because I'm also the kind of person who I'm very interested in things. When like Brazilian butt lifts and stuff came out, I was there. What is this?
Really?
If you go into my DMs, you will see me Turkish doctors, Brazilian doctors, Colombian doctors. I will
Really?
ask questions. All those clinics and all that stuff, they've sent me their list. They've even like I'll probably say about 5 years before me and my doctor met, I was already looking into these things. I was looking into boob jobs. I was looking into all of these things because I'm just like, if these are things that I may want for myself in the future, I just want to know. And I felt like my boobies were small at the time and I wanted bigger boobies. I was just like, okay, I want to know. And he did it for free.
Really?
Yeah.
What? You look so, it does not, that's what I'm saying.
No, but wait. This is, February now is my 3-year anniversary. But then I was like, okay, now I've got the shape. Now I need to make sure I get the size. Then I made sure that super high protein meals, just going heavy as all hell in the gym. Like I'll say, yes, my doctor gave me my shape, but you cannot take my size. I did that.
Yeah.
I make sure I eat a certain way. I make sure I'm in the gym 5 days in the week.
Yeah.
And also what you were saying about the body positivity, I don't have a scale. I don't believe in scales because muscle and fat weigh different and they look different. Like someone can be 60 kgs of muscle
Yeah.
and have a waist this big and have a bum this big. And then somebody will be 50 kgs and they'll have a gut.
Yeah.
They'll have flabby arms or whatever.
Yeah.
But you weigh less.
Yeah.
But that's just because of fat is bigger and how fat sits.
Yeah.
So I always tell the girlies, have a dress or a skirt or pants that you used to wear back then. Use that as a reference. Use your clothes. Your clothes will tell you what your body's doing way more and faster than a scale will tell you.
True.
Because a scale will tell you you're getting heavier, but your body's getting leaner. How about now your pants are loose, but the scale is telling you you're heavier. How do you feel in
Sure.
your clothes? And also the whole thing, I don't like it when the girls like, oh, I'm going on a 7-day cleanse to go 7-day drinking cleanse to lose weight. Because you're gonna drink juice, whatever the juice is for 7 days. Day 8, you're gonna eat for a family of 9. So all that thing that you did for all those 7 days is gone because, man, you've just had 3 full pizzas. So why don't you just have high protein, a lot of vegetables in your meals, and if you're trying to be like, calorie deficits, you just have less of those things.
Yeah.
But veggies, protein, and carbs. Well, I don't do carbs after dinner. I'm trying to get rid of my arms a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't do carbs after dinner. But
Yeah.
if I want an ice cream, I'm going to have an ice cream. But I'm not going to have 4 ice creams. If you want some chocolate, why don't you just have 4 bars? Why must you eat the whole
The
thing?
whole thing.
If you want some chips, why can't you have a bowl? Do you need to finish the whole thing? Because also when I was younger, my mom always grilled food. It was we're never a frying household really. And she'd always just be like, do you need to finish it? Because she was heavier set before she got pregnant with me. And then she got pregnant. I milked her to extinction. She went to a size 28 after pregnancy.
Yeah.
And she was just like, portion control is what just kept her being a skinny babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then would you advise other women to get into getting a BBL?
I
how
advise
was
you
your
to
experience
do.
actually?
I had a fantastic experience. I had an amazing doctor. I will say that every time.
Yeah.
Even the questions that my doctor asked you before in the consultation, if my doctor feels like you're using this to try and fix something in you, like if I get this BBL, I'll get this body, I will feel better by myself. My doctor's going to send you to therapy. He's going to ask you to go to a therapist. He's like, this is to enhance you. This is not going to change how you feel about yourself. Because people don't realize body dysmorphia. Because sometimes if you're working out, you're eating well, but then your body is not getting the shape that you want, then I'd be like, if you think that you want a BBL and for surgery, yes, because you're already working on your mental, you're already working on your eating, by the time I got the BBL, I was already picking up size. Anybody who knows me knows I've always been a gym girl. My thighs are already getting bigger. I was doing the side things. My hip dips were just they were just dipping more and dipping more. And I don't think there's anything wrong with my body. I like my body now more.
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to say more, just different. Because also, 27-year-old Tessa was skinny and ripped and so fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I've always been confident in myself and in my body.
Yeah.
So I literally just saw it as a bit of an enhancement. I wasn't like, yo, man, just so change your personality.
Yeah.
No.
And you didn't get any backlash after you said,
The girls were happy. The girls were like, oh my God.
No, 'cause
we got random. This one guy was like, oh, she's doing this for men. And the funniest thing is the guy that was doing it, I'm like, aren't you busy in court because Bono Poshir? You got busy. You are so busy.
Don't
in
kill
your
me.
life. Busy.
Don't kill me.
But you're here commenting about my ass.
Yeah.
Sir, where your lawyers? Where your lawyers at?
Where your lawyers at?
Yeah.
Tell them to come out. Speaking
Tell
of
them
boys,
to come out.
are you in a relationship?
Of course I'm in a relationship. I got the best man.
Really?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
We've been together for a while now. Yeah. Good fit.
Is he also in the
No.
industry? He's a corporate.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, no, I don't. Why? I literally have a
There's
thing.
also- but
I
then-
literally have a thing. I do not date people in this industry.
What? Please tell us why.
I think I don't want us to both be having the same invoice fights. I don't want us to both have invoice fights. My man also has invoice fights, but his invoice fights are different to mine. And I'm also just a person who I love learning new information.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more information I can learn from somebody who's doing the same stuff as I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I don't want to say that I'm like a strict girlfriend, but a nigga who's out in the bars at night all the time, no,
Please. You.
no, sir.
Yeah.
No.
What's your guys' age gap?
1.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't. No.
I know, but he's very mature. He's very calm.
But I'm assuming then
very
you're in
calm.
your late 20s.
I'm 35.
No. Cut
Guys,
the cameras.
I
do not
that the
believe
producer
this.
just lets out right now. She's
wait.
even covering her mouth.
Wait.
Guys, where's the Kevin Hart skits right now? Where's the Kevin Hart camera right now?
Wait.
36 in September, Sana.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
I would have assumed you're like 28.
No.
You look like you're like 28.
If I was 28, I definitely would not be able to date a 29-year-old now.
You're 35. You look so good.
Because you got to gym and eat right and drink your water.
Yeah. We're going to say yo until you leave the studio. Because wait. You look, so he's 36 then?
Yes.
Okay, then I understand.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I
This
cannot.
is a very calm, very relaxed person, knows himself very well, very good on his career path, and just
So
brings
because
a calmness and a safety to me that I've never felt before. I'll say that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, hasn't it been challenging? Because there's a stigma with people in the industry.
Yeah.
So how did that then impact your relationship? Because, sometimes when you're in a certain space and then you're dating a perfectly normal person, sometimes it's difficult to merge the two spaces.
He's a crazy person. He's just normal in his job. That's a crazy man.
Why do you say he's crazy?
In the best way.
Okay, I was
He's
about to say,
he's very outspoken on like his platforms, and lots of people know him on the platforms that he is outspoken on, and they interact with him a lot, and
Yeah.
he's very smart and he's very quick with his words, and
Look
he's
at you blushing.
hey, because me, I'm here,
Yeah.
very quick with my words and quick with
Yeah.
my thinking,
Yeah.
and he's also very quick on his feet,
Yeah.
and all that. So I think he handles me very well.
So how do you feel about family and marriage and having
I want to
children?
get married. I want to have children. I go live on a farm.
A farm?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
You want to get away from the city?
Uh-huh.
I'll ask that question.
I come from the Makayas.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm from Swaziland, but no.
No, but I'm not saying like Kashan, but more like 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Kashan, yeah.
Okay. So I asked this question because there's a lot of people I know. I have several people, for example, who want to get into the space but struggle finding relationships. with normal partners, because most times it's difficult. For example, with me, my partner and I are more or less in the same space, so it's easy to navigate our relationship because we're driven by the same experience.
Someone will be like, yeah, but you kissed him. It's not real, stupid. It's not real, stupid.
Don't you guys actually kiss?
Yes, but there's no emotion related to it. I've never had a colleague put his tongue in my mouth. I've just never had a colleague put his tongue in my mouth. But I will stick my tongue in my boyfriend's mouth all day.
But then apparently they're training you guys to do
There's training. Right? There's 4 cameras. There's intimacy coaches. There's clothes in between you guys, as much as it may not seem. Like, you will see her from the back. You're like, oh, she's topless. No, she just got those sticky bras. You just...
What?
Yeah, like you see them from the back, like, oh, the girl's on top of the guy having sex, whatever.
Yeah.
She's just got a sticky bra on. You just can't see her. Or you've got flesh-colored pants on.
That don't show on camera.
Yes, but obviously you also put the blanket low or whatever.
Have you been in training for those things?
Every single time there's somebody there. Every time.
So has there been instances when it's just looked too much and then they have to cut it? Because then...
Oh, we had to reshoot one. The channel said, huh?
Because there's many...
That's too hot.
No, but
not now. Hi, man. Serious.
That's why I'm getting at the moment.
Serious. No. I haven't. At the moment, it's also because I've grown up more, and the way that they're doing it now is just a little bit different to the way it was done when I did sex scenes. The last couple of jobs I've had, I've not even kissed my partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just been about the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually, because now every single show you watch or movie that comes out, there's always sex. And it's very explicit. That's why I'm like, oh, but I've heard that there's been coaching.
No, there's coaching and
so
stuff
you
like
should
that.
talk your partner through that and say, by the way, this is how it works. Because I would go crazy if I saw that. I don't care if there's 5 cameras. I
think it's something that he just knew anyway, because it's information that's out there. But also it's because the couple of jobs the jobs I've been getting since we've been together, there haven't been any of that. And obviously he's like, yeah. But he also understands that this thing is not real. And he also understands that something I always say is important is that the relationships that you have with those closest to you and those that you love should be different from the relationship that you have with industry friends, with the outside world. They should never really know your real vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
And he says to me, he goes, I know you. I know like the real
that.
you, who you are.
Yeah.
And I know that the person having sex right now her name is Boiti and your name is Tessa. So this is not the same person.
I love
and
that.
when I do self-tapes, he'll help me read the script. So it's, so he understands.
So then what would be your advice to young women trying to get into a space like yours, but also trying to be a normal girl? So being in a relationship...
You're not going to be a normal girl. So you need to find a man who understands that. You need to find a man who understands that. And the thing is, what I don't understand is everybody watches television. So are you telling me that you think that your favorite actor is really killing those people in the show? Is that what you are telling me?
Yeah.
That Steven Seagal,
Really?
for real.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because if you believe that these people are truly being intimate, you're saying to me that all the actors should be locked up because they're all murderers. Because I get it, they killed somebody in the show.
Yeah.
So can you not see beyond that? And as I say, I've never had a colleague put his tongue in my mouth. Our kisses have never gotten to that place. We even be like, oh, don't you get hot and heavy? And no, you don't. No, you don't, because you need to make sure that your face is tilted this way so the camera can catch you. No, you
That's
don't.
so interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So then let's move into mental health. How do you keep up with your mental health? Because it is a tough world. We all have problems. We all have challenges. So what do you do to keep...
I'm a big crier.
Same.
I'm a big crier.
Same.
Because just get it off. And it's not, sometimes you're not even crying because there's one specific thing that's wrong. You're just maybe feeling slightly overwhelmed. Just cry. Because I feel like if you cry, it kind of forces the brain and everything to kind of slow down.
Yeah.
And then you can even think through the situation in a different way or in a slower way. Also, find people that care about you and talk to those people.
Yeah.
Talk to those people, be like, right now I'm feeling like this and this and this. I know that this is not a permanent situation. I know that this is right. It's a right now type of situation.
Yeah.
But it's kind of knocking me down this way.
Yeah.
I believe in taking a nap. I believe in taking a nap. And just stop looking at other people's lives and thinking that this is the life that you want for yourself.
Yes.
There's so many times where you'll be on social media, you'll be like, oh my God, look how big her house is. Look how big their car is. Oh my God, look how nice their wedding is. There's a girl, I never used to follow her, but I ran into her TikToks.
Yeah.
Kayla Jade or something. A white woman from a South African woman. If you go to into social media, like maybe like a year, 2 years ago, I think her toilet is the size of this. Staying in the biggest houses, jets, all over the world, shopping trips, luxurious, like luxury.
Yeah.
She lived on her friend's couch for 6 months.
Sure.
He was beating her so bad. She was scared all the time, controlled by the money, controlled by the luxury life. And even when she left him, she snuck off in the middle of the night. Those type of things. But if you look at her social media, you're like, I want to be in that jet. Are you willing to pay the price for that jet?
That's a very real
Are
conversation.
you willing to pay the price? Because if there's one thing about young girls and older men with lots and lots of money, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But I'm just saying it's a rarity that those luxury goods and that life, you give your control, he gives you the life. That's the exchange. And I do not believe that anybody who's young, especially women, actually even men, because it happens on both ends, that you should give your youth to somebody for trinkets. Because that car, they're not going to put that house and that car in your names and all that stuff. You're going to walk away with a lot of cute handbags and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But the therapy that you're going to have to go through to get yourself out of that hole that you are now inside, you're in the dark hole in your own self. You now have to find that light. Like the thing about God, like, oh, I'm so perfect, I'm God's soldier. No. That's not what God wants. What God wants are down and out.
Yeah.
The broken, the finished. When you are in that deep, deep hole and you do not see a smidge of light, that's when you go back into yourself. That's when you go back into prayer. That's where you go back into whatever spirituality or whatever helps calms you and shows you that you are not alone in this thing.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, okay, let me grab onto this stream of light and pull myself
But
out
you
of
know,
this.
oftentimes I find it very, very what I've noticed, find it very difficult because their point of contact is social media. And like you said, not everything you see on social media is
The glitz
real.
is glitz is not always gold, baby.
And you should clock it sometimes. People have this thing of taking pictures from Pinterest, making it look like it's theirs. Just simple things like that, you should clock it. But I feel like
Look at the goal. They clocked the dust now a few weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
And it's just like, why is that even something that you have to think to do?
Well, that was crazy though.
Or the one there's ones who pretend that they're overseas for half the year. Ganti, I'm like, I literally just saw
They
you at
saw it on
Nando's.
someone else's.
I literally just saw you at
Yeah.
Nando's. But if I go on your social media right now, it says you're in Mexico.
But then, do you think for someone who's in the public eye, you have a responsibility to share that message in a way? For example, you could have a group of people who look up to you, right? So they follow you, they see this is what you do. Or someone out there could possibly be like, oh, I'm going to the gym because Tessa's going to the gym and she looks so good. She feels good about herself. Therefore, I want to also do that. But then there are some people who, I'm not going to name and shame, but there are some people who post this lifestyle, and then when things start going downhill, oh, they run to Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Someone said the baddie to Jesus timeline.
And then a month from now, they back into that lifestyle
Revert.
without realizing that there's so many people that are looking up to them, that point to them as a point of reference. So do you sometimes feel like it's unfair for people like you who are in the social light, who are known by thousands of people, to carry that responsibility, even though it's not really yours?
I don't think it's your
but
responsibility, but also I just think it also depends on the kind of person that you are. Because the people who follow me know that you're not getting a clean girl aesthetic here. The other day I was in it's a gym by my house.
Yeah.
But I was at the gym with spirally rollers in my hair, and I took my picture like that. I was like, hey man, guys, I got some work, and this is the hairstyle, and this is just what's going on right now.
Yeah.
My gym sets won't always be matching. I'm there with my Crocs. I'm not always perfect because I never ever want anybody to think that I'm perfect, because then they will hold me up to a standard that I don't even hold myself up to, and I'm definitely not going to stand.
Yeah.
Other people's standards of myself I don't subscribe to any of that. And also, it's just so much easier to just be yourself. And my thing is, yourself could be the girl who's clean aesthetic all the time, who shows a perfect life all the time. That could be yourself.
Yeah.
But that's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grunt in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to close off soon, but I want to know what's one of the advice that you would give young women today with regards, okay, first, me break them up so that we don't make it too long. First one, what advice would you give a young woman trying to get into, or anyone actually, trying to get into the acting space? What's one thing that you would tell them to do and not to do in order to become successful? And some people expect it to become like an instant thing. There's always some people are lucky, they get that one role and then they pivot. And some people get that one role and then they don't pivot. So what's one advice that you would give someone trying to get into your space, trying to get into the industry? The do's and don'ts, how to keep up with your mental health, because you can get lost sometimes.
I have not even had my breakout role.
Breakthrough, yeah.
I hadn't even had my breakout role yet, where that's kind of makes everybody know who I am. And I've been here for a long time. I've had great roles, amazing roles.
Yeah.
But I've never had that that big role,
Yeah.
And when it's my time, that will come. So it's all about that. You can't rush. You have to have people in your life that support you. You might have to have a side job or 2 or 3 or 4. The money is not what people think all the time. Yes, there's lots of money in this industry. But it also comes in different ways. And there's also that people don't realize there's a 3 months thing that happens a lot in this industry. You'll do work and you'll only get paid for that work in 3 months. So you need 3 months to figure out of being alive before that check comes in or whatever. So it's very, very different. You must love this to want to do this. Because also corporate, as much as it has its disadvantages, you have your medical aid, there's so many things in place to protect you all the time. And it's not your job to go fetch the money. It's not your job to go get the clients and all that. But when you're in this industry, it's your job to constantly every day go and, please, look at me, I'm pretty. Let's do this acting thing. Let's do this presenting thing. Do you like it? Then they say yes. They say no. And the next day, you're job hunting all the time. It's a constant job hunt.
Yeah.
So you really need to love this thing to do this thing, because you're gonna cry a lot in this thing. You're gonna feel down about yourself a lot in this thing. You look at others and be like, I feel like I can do it better than they, or how did they get there and I'm not there? And it's just all about timing and all that. And do not don't sleep with somebody for the job, because that job is going to have a price. They get angry with you, they're going to take that job. I was trying to make that nicer.
There's no nicer way to say it.
If it becomes known that that's how you're okay with getting jobs, male or women, there's chances that you're going to get a lot of jobs. But there's always going to be that expectation.
Yeah.
And I always say, when you sell your soul, even the price catches up with you faster than it catches up with the ones who are still trying to cash in. Yeah. I always say, when you're in the shower and it's just you and your thoughts, How do you feel about yourself as a person? How do you feel about the things that you're doing? And the future that you want for yourself? Do you think that if you carry on doing the things that you're doing, it's going to lead you to that future?
Sure, that's a real question. That is a very real question. And then a message that you just want to send to young girls, taking care of themselves, just to being happy. You seem like a very happy person. Your energy
really
is
try
very
to be very
it's very
happy.
light.
Yeah.
So there are people struggling out there with their happiness and self-confidence and just being content in their bodies.
I always say, I think you should change what you consume. I think I stopped consuming the Kardashians, I stopped consuming the housewives, I stopped consuming a lot of that type of content. And I also just think it just made me be like, okay, I don't look like those women and it's okay. I don't have that life and it's okay. Because also, all these, you will watch them like, oh my God, they're so rich. Are they not all divorcing one by one by one by one by one by one by one?
They're spiraling.
I am the kind of, I would only like to get married once.
Yeah.
I would only like to get married once.
Yeah.
So you can look up to those lives, but then their lives are not going in the way that you want your life to carry on going. So are you going to then do those things? If you do those things, you don't expect then also to divorce when you're 45 or 50? You know?
Yeah, I get you.
You may not start like reading, but maybe start reading more. Or even an audiobook. Things that are different to what you normally read. Just even some fantasy things that will just take you completely out of the world that you're currently in if you do want a bit of an escape. And also, you are perfect in your imperfections. You are here, you are made for an absolute specific reason. The world would not turn the way the world is turning if you right now, in the way that you are, were not there.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a scripture earlier. Context, because all you know is what you see right now. You don't know what's coming tomorrow or the next day. You don't know what the plans for you are. Do not look, and it's so hard in South Africa because the way the South African girls are so beautiful, have the best bodies, and every day, is, oh my God. It's a pandemic.
Yeah.
It is honestly a pandemic. I really feel like the most beautiful women in the world are all concentrated. The biggest concentration is in South Africa.
Yeah.
I really, really feel that. So you'll always find a man or a woman or whatever you're into who will be attracted to you, who will be your person. You'll be like, oh my God, I think this person should actually maybe like girls who look like this. And this person's like, no, I like girls who look like you. Or you're in a situation of, oh, I think these people would maybe only be friends with somebody like this. Like, no. We've got a friend like this. We want a friend like you.
Yeah.
Trust in yourself. Live alone if you can. Before you live with a man, before you get married, live alone if you can. So that you can walk in your house, take your bra off by the door, take your wig off and hang it there by the jackets. Untie your pants and let your stomach fall, let your titties fall, whatever, and go into your fridge, open the freezer and eat a carton of ice cream, standing there and drinking wine and having nobody judge you. Having absolutely not a single person judge you. That level of freedom and that level of comfort that I feel that you get when you're able to live alone as a man and a woman, I think makes it so much better that when you go and you do live with a partner, you know yourself a little bit better and a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you are then comfortable with sharing your space with somebody and not feeling like, oh, this person is in my space. I've never had my own space.
Without it feeling invasive.
Also, women, we need to love ourselves the way men love themselves. Men can say no to women very easily. As much as it's like, oh, it's hard. Men can put themselves ahead of everybody else. Put yourself ahead of everyone. Every single person. Your life is a loaf of bread. Give them a slice. The rest of the loaf is about you. It's about you. I think that you will be a better person. You'll be a better partner because you'll be so content in yourself that somebody else will never use how you feel about yourself against you. Because you'll be able to, this thing didn't work out or this situation, and get up, cry, dust yourself off, and move. which I think is very, very important.
Can't take anything away from you.
Yeah,
And,
and
that's very
also,
important.
sorry, last thing.
No, you can go on, girl.
You can rebuild yourself. You can restart your life at 40. You can
It's never too
You can
late.
restart your life. You really, really can at any point in time. From any situation, you can always come back from that situation. There's situations where I think to myself now and I laugh. I was like, when I was there, I thought to myself, how in the name of God am I going to get out of this?
And look where you are now. Yeah, there's always a rainbow.
Always.
Always a rainbow. Always a rainbow. That's a beautiful way of shutting down the episode. Thank you so much, Tessa, for coming. We enjoyed having you.
Thank you for having me.
Happy 2025.
Yes.
We hope it's good.
Oh, a year of thriving.
A year of thriving, a year of growth, a year of hopefully we get to see Umendo.
Yeah? What's that?
No.
Oh, is that wedding stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. We're trying to see something, you know.
But you know the kind of person I am, I may not even show it.
That's valid though. That's valid. I don't blame you for that.
I may not even show it. And it's not even in a hiding way. It's a privacy way. And also, my partner didn't choose this career.
Yeah.
So they should be able to, in comfort, live in their own careers and
Yeah.
not think about
Yeah.
what being on TV is going to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I get that. That's very valid. I also feel like I'd keep quiet too.
Yeah. I don't know. What this new generation I'm liking is... There's a lot of no bullshit. There's a lot of, we can see through the fake and we don't like it. So there's a lot of that, which I like.
Yeah.
But there's also still a lot of fake things, manufactured things, facades. And I've never been that person. I'm not going to subscribe to be that person. Yeah.
You know, I always say be inspired, but don't aspire.
You don't know what's going on inside
Fully.
ours.
It's one thing to be like, oh my gosh, you inspire me, like, from what I see. But it's another to aspire to be.
I want
now
to be.
I want to
Yeah.
be you.
No.
So just stay in your
That's
own.
a sickness.
It is a sickness, and it's very hard to break out of it. So I like what you said at the end, you know, just be in your own world. Sometimes that's the safest place to be.
Yeah.
But don't be delusional as well. And
Delulu,
think things
little bit of
don't-
Delulu, little bit of Delulu for the Salulu. Little bit of Delulu for the Salulu.
But be in alignment with how the world is and how things go. That's the best way to protect your peace as a person.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, whatever way. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to Mindful Unfoldings. It was lovely having you. We hope this year is nothing but amazing for you, and we hope to see you more on our screen.
Yes.
And we're just wishing you a year of prosperity.
Thank you so much.
And yes, and that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe at Mindful Unfoldings on TikTok and Instagram. Follow myself, Via Langambule, on TikTok. No, actually not on TikTok, but on Instagram. And then
Tessa Twala and all my platforms.
yes, and please subscribe to Mindful Unfoldings on YouTube,
Yes.
Busang Studios on YouTube, and Busang Photography on Instagram and TikTok. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Love and light. Bye.